Big up Spurs fans near and far with your boy Deji Spurs. And I'm not going to lie, I've been doing the rounds. I will have completed 16 streams, different channels, you name it. I've been there. You get me? Representing my club. But back with my bro, Fuad, because you know what? Fuad, first of all, let's get into it. When I speak to Fuad, what I like about Fuad is that he's balanced. Do you know what I'm saying? He's not too negative. He's not too positive. But what he can see is he can see Wagwan. He can respect the opposition. And so tonight, what we're going to be doing is we're going to get an Arsenal fan's real perspective about my club, about how he sees the game, how he sees this weekend. My chest is fully pumped. The closer we get to the game, the more my bum shakes. I ain't going to lie. But before we get into it, how is my boy fine? How are you, my guy?
I'm good, bro. What are you telling me, Deji? You ready for the game? Are you, Deji?
Bro, do you know what? I can't lie. Big up to everyone locked in, locked on. Big up to Sean, you know. Sean dropping in a membership on, man. Sean, my brother. I went to the game, the Everton game with Sean. Big up to you. Big up Arsenal Manic in the building. VJ, a.k.a. Mr. Consistent. Big up Artillero. Big up to you, Jordan, Destiny 5. Big up the whole community, the whole family, them. Yeah, bro, look, I've been good because when I'm looking at my club, I can see the bigger picture. And I think the more people can see the bigger picture, the better. But I have to be honest, bro. This is the game I look forward to most. I could give a damn about Liverpool. I could give a damn about United. I only care about this game. And I'm delighted that it's come early. Thank you for the kind of fixture computer for getting this game in early. Because man,
listen, bro.
So let's get into it.
You don't really want this game. Trust me. No other Spurs fan really wanted Arsenal at this present moment. I know we got Martin Odegaard out, but this Arsenal team, you should be worried about.
How and why?
And why?
Yeah, how and why? How can we be worried? Big up my peeps in the building. Why should we be worried about this Arsenal team?
Because all these players are coming out to make a point to try and prove themselves to Mikel Arteta now. They're not coming. If Havertz plays in the middle, it'd be fine. If the young kid plays in the middle, it'd be fine. Whoever plays in the Zinchenko plays in the middle, it'll be fine, bro. Because you guys gotta understand something. We're Arsenal, bro. We're Arsenal, bro.
This is one of the dustiest teams I've ever seen in my life. Let me tell you why.
Come on,
when you last season, you man had the pleasure of having your strongest lineup in both fixtures. When we came to your gaff, Fuad, and I know you're going to be real now, we played you off the park. Yes, it was a draw. We played you off the park. Then you came to our gaff. Apart from when you went 3-0 up, after that, it was you man. It was no holds bars. You man were holding against the thing, you know, as the Titanic was going down. And to be honest, Tottenham could have easily won that game. So I'm looking at both matches had jasmine rice, mullah rice, jollof rice, whatever rice. And you also had Asgard, right guard or left guard. I don't give a damn who he is. Both them, man, your two best players were playing. And I think the reason why we didn't get a draw at least was because we didn't have Udogie at the back. Udogie is back now. And I've been saying that Udogie is probably the most important player in our back line because Saka is your main guy. And when I saw Udogie at the Emirates, what he did is he put Saka in his pocket like Polly Pocket. Yep, Saka couldn't go anywhere. He did. He even got, remember, let me remind you, Fad.
Saka will play wrong.
Let me remind you that Udogie picked up a yellow card very early in that game, which meant that he couldn't just do any dirty challenges. But Saka didn't do jack, bro. Then he cooked us because he was up against Ben Davis.
You're not nervous for Sunday. You're not nervous.
Nervous about what? Nervous about what?
You know who's coming to the lane? Saliba's coming. Saliba's coming. Yeah, Reyes coming. Saliba's coming.
Reyes rubbish.
Reyes coming. You haven't conceded a goal there. Yeah, Ray haven't conceded a goal in the
Bro, Ray hasn't conceded a goal because he's been lucky. You should have conceded at least 3 goals by Aston Villa. You should have conceded at least 3 goals by Brighton.
Thomas Partey, you will score crackers against you, Thomas Partey.
I'm not going to lie to you. Thomas Partey's been looking like he's been eating a lot of pounded jam.
Oh, come on, bro.
In my opinion, he's been eating a lot of pounded jam, bro. The man's been moving heavy. Am I lying? Look, there's bare Arsenal fans locked in, locked on. Someone tell me, Partey looks like he's just finished eating pounded jam and he needs to sit down and have a little power nap. That's what he looks like, bro. I don't know. Maybe it's my eyes.
Yo, Partey's going to tear up the midfield on Sunday, bro.
Huh?
The reason why Pasuma's not injured, I'll be honest with you now. Pasuma, to all them Spurs fans out there, Pasuma's not injured. He just can't handle the heat against Partey. He knows what time it is. He knows Partey's a real African.
I'm not sure about that. I'm not sure.
He knows. Pasuma knows. He knows already. When he sees that Partey, Pasuma's like, nah, I'm pissing Pasuma gone, bro.
Look, do you know what it is? Let me tell you what's going on. And I'm loving the chest. And big up to Tway. Yeah, I was just on Big Six Bant. And man had to just cook them, man, real quick. I've been cooking up bare Arsenal plans. And I got MK the Don later on RS Talks. I'm going to be with Jacob United, Spurs of America. We are chopping up, man. Me, I've got time. I've got time for this. This week, I am dedicating extra time to chopping up, man. But let me tell you why Arsenal ain't going to do diddly squat. The thing is, we're not doing Stevie Wonder and Ray Charles here, fine. You know that. Yeah, we're not doing them little Stevie Wonder, Ray Charles sunglasses. Even you're not happy. Okay, let me see where your chest is coming from. Why are you so confident? How is Arsenal going to set up this weekend?
I'm confident because I look at it like this, innit? We finished 25 points ahead of you. We done a double over you last season. We're then 25 points ahead of you. That means we're like 25 years ahead of you. So even if we play our reserves or our seconds, even our third tier team, we'll still get a result of what's happening.
Do you actually believe what you're saying, right?
Yeah, damn right I believe what I'm saying, bro.
Oh my days. Look, my bro Jerome says Partey looking like an uncle still. That's what I'm trying to say. Let's break it down because I want to be genuine and I want to pick up on Jerome's point. People wondering where I'm getting my chest from, and I'm like, I am doing up watches. I've watched Arsenal this season. May I remind everyone in the chat and big up to everyone. Arsenal beat a Wolves team that don't eat meat. Remember, that's the same Wolves team that Chelsea put 6 goals past. Yeah? The Aston Villa game, Aston Villa should have been clear before Trossard scores that lucky goal. And let's be real, had Rodgers connected with that ball, Trossard doesn't score, could have been a different game. Granted, you lot won the game. And then you lot did what you did against Brighton. I've not seen Arsenal do anything so far this season. What I've seen is an Arsenal team that's not playing well, but they've managed to get the points. And that is the problem. Because a lot of Arsenal fans like you, Fuad, will be saying, yeah, we're not playing well, but we're getting the points. And I'm like, yeah, when you're not playing well and you're getting the points, sooner or later, the wheels will start to fall off. Unlike my team, we've been playing well and we haven't got the points to show for it. But over time, we are going to see that playing well and not having points at the beginning soon turns to positive results. And playing well at the beginning and not playing well at the beginning soon turns to negative results. So that's what I'm looking at. Now, we did domination in the location with you, man, last year in both games. And we had a dusty lineup. And you already know that this weekend we're going to do domination in the location. So I'm trying to wonder, without Asgard and without Jasmine Rice, how are you going to do something against Spurs when you ain't got the ball? You're not going to have the ball, bro. Spurs are going to have 60-something percent.
Have you ever heard of Trossard? Have you ever heard of Martinelli?
Trossard. You know, so where's Trossard? Where's Martinelli? Where's Martinelli going to play?
I don't know. I think I don't know if Martinelli is actually going to play. That's the thing. Maybe Raheem. Anyway, bro, we got a Jamaican in the team now, so I'll go on with that. Do you get me? Raheem Sterling's going to bust you up anyway. I put all my faith in the Jamaican brother, Raheem
Do you know what it
Sterling.
is? Can I just put some respect on Sterling? I think Sterling is English heritage. I think the way that the brother's been done by the England team is a disgrace. But one thing we can all agree is that Sterling is not clinical, even if he scores goals. Sterling can miss 5 or 6 chances before he scores one.
But he's clinical against
and all
Tottenham,
of a sudden...
He'll be clinical against you. He always is.
No, he's not, mate. He's not. I don't know who I prefer on the left. Whether I would prefer Martinelli or Sterling. That's how bad it is. Who do you prefer? Martinelli or Sterling?
So you're telling me now, Deji, after you lost to Newcastle, how can you be confident playing Arsenal? I don't get it.
You know
I know you say, we passed the ball, but yeah, you got thin tires, bro.
No, that's a good question. And you know what? One of the things that I like is that you're using your initiative. You know, it's not about me hosting and throwing questions at you. You also need to throw questions at me. Absolutely fantastic question, and let me answer this. So I've got to remind you that Newcastle team is probably one of the most aggressive, physical teams in the Prem. You got Joe Linton, you got Guimaraes, you got Isak, you got Gordon, you got, they got Byrne, they got a couple henchmen in there, and everyone's about 6'5". The last 2 seasons before this season, I watched my team get chopped up. Forget the scoreline. We were looking like little boys compared to that Newcastle team. And I saw my team spin them brothers around like Kylie Minogue. Now, I told you, I've been doing Upwatch. I've watched Arsenal. I watched Arsenal play Brighton. And I have to say, one of the Arsenal's weaknesses was the fact, you don't know James Bond, I will get the Spurs fans pumped. Listen to this, though. Listen to what I'm saying here. Arsenal players don't like the physical battle. That's why Basmati got sent off. He got sent off because they were roughing him up during the game and he got frustrated and he kicked the ball away. That's because they were doing the dark arts. What the Van Heck was up in your grill, and they were playing equally the high line. I saw one of the Brighton players do that into Saka's face, and Saka go down, and he looked disgusted. He looked like he'd been robbed or something. So we all know, looking at that Arsenal team, physically they don't want it. Let's look back. Saliba's on it, Gabriel's on it, Punch is not on it. Shivami Timbers doesn't look like he's on it. Partey's on it, but who is there? Asgard ain't really on it. Declan is all right, but them two are not there. Martinelli don't want it. Saka don't want it. Havertz don't want it. These men don't. They're not ready for the scrap.
Oh, come on, Deji.
Your man, them aren't ready for the scrap, bro.
We're ready for the scrap. Do you know on Sunday, Deji? Do you know on Sunday, it's the only people, Costa who's going to Costa back to Australia, and the rest of the players are going to follow him because their spirit's going to be there. As soon as Arsenal comes to the lane, your team shivers. Your team shivers. Your team shivers.
Why? But last season, bro, let me be real with you, Fuad. But last season, let's be real. What got the game the way that it went last season was that we had the own goal by Højbjerg, and then we had a moment of madness. If Tottenham keep it tight for the first 20 minutes, Tottenham is only going to grow in the game. That's what we did at Newcastle.
That's my point there. You get so nervous. You have to score for us. That's how scared you get.
Yeah, but we don't have those players. We don't have Ben Davies and Højbjerg playing this weekend. That's the point I'm trying to make. We've improved. We've upgraded. You man are more Spursy than. All right, let me ask you a legit question. A legit question. I've got 2 questions for you. First and foremost, have you been happy with Arsenal's performances so far this season? That's a legit question. The second question is Arsenal more Spursy than Spurs?
No. We ain't been the best this season, and I mean we ain't been the best. But when it comes to Tottenham, I know my team will turn it on. I know that we go straight into first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, 10th gear when it comes to you lot. Because your club,
my club, yeah,
they ain't ready for the heat. You know Tottenham ain't ready for the heat. Every Tottenham fan knows it too. They're all sat out there, all hyped up about the North London derby. You're just gonna get whoosh, 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 whoosh. That's all it is, bro.
I don't know. So I let me just respond to a couple of things in the chat, bro, when I disagree. So James Bond says, Deji, you couldn't even score against Newcastle.
James
man
Bond
had to score for you. The ball was already going in. They didn't score for us, bro. That ball was in the back of the net. What Byrne did is his idiot self. Artillero saying no penetration in the location, all foreplay. I think, to be honest, maybe Artillero has a point. Spurs' weaknesses is that we haven't finished off our dinner. But I'm telling you that this weekend, we finish off our dinner, brother. We finish off our dinner and we slap you up. Afro says, Fuad is the biggest agent of chaos I've ever seen. Watch yourself, Deji. What does he mean by that, Fuad? Are you here doing an actor? Are you an actor? Are you playing games? Spurs should have 9 points. It's been good as we've been as good as Liverpool, Man City. Yeah, I totally agree with Jordan.
Do I look like Leonardo DiCaprio too, an actor, bro?
And Toxic Twala says Sterling's been freshly baptized, so it's long for you, Deji. Pause. That's really, 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 really funny. I love that. And yes, them Newcastle man were a bunch of henchmen. All of them 6'5". You get me? Barbarians. They look like something out of Spartacus playing in the Gladiators Colosseum. Do you know what I mean? Not ballers, but henchmen. That's a bunch of security guards. That's what Newcastle is. Now you see me. Now you don't. Bro, how does Arsenal hurt Spurs this weekend? Third, I think Fuad's phone has gone. Right, and that is the point, peeps. That is the point. The question I was asking is, how do you hurt Tottenham? And that's where my brother's Wi-Fi disconnected. It's poignant. Go on. Big up Wolfgang in the building. And Kulu is physical.
I need to put a hotspot on. How do we beat
how do you get out of Tottenham? Yeah.
Bro, it's simple, bro. It's not even like it's a stupid question, isn't it? Just turn up. Do you know one of them things when you go? Do you know when someone got your number, you turn up and you've already lost? It's one of them ones. Yeah. It's not you have to do nothing, bro. You know, it's Song who got the problem, who got to do work these balls off. It's Solanke who's got to do all the hard work. Arsenal's got to sit there and chill, bro.
You reckon? I think Solanke scores. I just think I think it's a bit shameless of Arsenal fans to admit that they're not going to have the ball against Spurs. So you're admitting that when it comes to football, that Tottenham is a superior footballing team, because having ball possession means that you're more superior. You know how to control the ball. You know how to manipulate the ball better than the opposition. So Arsenal fans have already conceded that point. Then we're setting up with our strong back line. Udogie, Van de Ven, Romero, Porro, midfield of Basuma, Madders, Kulusevski, Alderweireld, Solanke, Son. I mean, I just can't see. I mean, let me tell you this now. If Tottenham was to draw, it'd be disappointing. If we drew with you, man, I'd be really, really disappointed. Now, Israel makes a good point. I said, how does Arsenal hurt Spurs? He says set pieces. The only thing I would say to you, Israel, is that if this was last season, I would agree with you and say, yes, set pieces is a way of getting at Spurs. Also, the smash and grab. That's what you lot did last year. You did the smash and grab thing. And in fact, that's what Newcastle, Eddie Howe had to admit again, that they had to go into the smash and grab tactics to get the result against my club. What I want to see is stop doing knife crime. Why are you using knives? Why don't we just get in the ring, put our fists up and go mano to mano? I want to see Arsenal try and pop Spurs off the park. That's what I want to see. I want to see you kick ball. I want to see you show us, open our team up legitly. I can't see this. You man are talking like Sterling. Let me tell you this. Even if Tottenham had got Sterling, we wouldn't be saying that Sterling would be a threat in this match. And yet we've got Arsenal fans shaking their bum on every platform, even on Spotify, to say that Sterling's going to be the danger man. Are we crazy? Are we bonkers here? Arsenal fans losing standards here. I want to see Arsenal come with chest and play my club.
Do you know what? Even say for instance, all right. Have you ever heard of the rope a dope? You know, you're going to throw about 50 punches, about 8-9 rounds, and, you know, with Arsenal on the ropes, and then, bam, 1-0 to the Arsenal. Bam, 2-0 to the Arsenal. All your fans are going to go home crying. And I'm going to be like, Deji, I told you. Remember the word, rope-a-dope. We're going to rope-a-dope you. That's all we do. If you play better than us, we still beat you. If we play shit, we still beat you. We got your number. The rope-a-dope. We're going to rope-a-dope him. That's all it is.
Well, let's
Saka,
some...
Sterling, bro, listen, you know what? You forgetting. We got you know, Martinelli, when he's on form, he's class. Saka, when he's on form, he's class.
When they're on form, but have any of them been on form so far this season?
Yeah, but they don't. It's Tottenham.
No, but who's been Arsenal's best player so far this season?
I'll say it's too early to judge, but Thomas Partey's been one of our best players.
So Thomas Partey's been your best player, and he's been average at best. So everyone else has been dusty, and you seem to think
average to you. No, if we play average to you, all right, to you guys to be us, we got to go below average. We got to go low to the lowest. Like Arsenal got have a 1% performance, and you got a chance.
So first, can I ask you a question? Will you have?
If we have a 15% performance, we still beat you. I think if we play 2 reserves out of the kids, we can gamble that little. You know, do you get me? That's how confident.
Right, let me ask another question. Big up to Chinks in the building. We had an epic battle yesterday on Spurs King TV. If you haven't seen it, make sure you lot check it out. Jay Green saying Saka and Sterling attack too much for you, man. What you've got is a bunch of Jamaican sprinters, bro. That's it. Brothers that run in a straight line. I don't know how pace has turned into threats. That don't make them any more dangerous. Do you get what I'm saying? And I want to answer Arsenal. My next question says, Deji, don't you think your side is being taken for a mug here? Forward says easy peasy. Even with his reserve size, we are fielding. And I do feel there was a comment about Forward that he shouldn't be taken seriously. Forward is here trying to represent his club, but also he's here for entertainment purposes. And so he's playing that role very, very well. No Arsenal fan with chess can say that they're confident of what their club is going to do. Forward, based on what you're saying, who's going to have more ball possession this weekend?
Do you know what? I'll say Tottenham. Because your style of play, you have more ball possession, but we're going to have more possession on the attack, or like we're going to have possession in the right areas to put the ball in the net. Where you guys are going to ping it all the time. We're just going to ping it around the area. Bam, 1-0, 2-0, and to the Emirates.
Can I make a point here? And you didn't lie there. I think if Asgard was playing and Muller Rice, that point would land stronger. I would say yes. Asgard has the capabilities of opening up our back line, and with Declan Rice, with his kind of ball-winning skills, very much so. With the midfield three that you're gonna have, do you think it's still this? Do you still think Arsenal can be as threatening, as potent without those two brothers?
Yeah, I think we can.
Who is going to provide the threat? Who's going to open Tottenham up? Because Havertz is not really that guy.
Yeah, the thing is, everyone's saying about that. What's a Nawari kid? You get me?
He's a kid.
Yeah, I know, but he is class. But I don't think Arteta will play him. I think Arteta is going to put Havertz there or Trossard there.
Yeah, he's not going to start. He's not going to start.
No, he's not going to start
in the North London derby.
I don't think he'll start in the North London. And if he does, the kid's ready to whip you.
Fine, yeah, but Dr. Johnny says here, games are won on the pitch, not via hype. I'd rather have current form possession and creating heaps with a striker coming in than cross fingers. And we did that last season attitude. And that's what I feel. I feel like Arsenal fans are being a little bit disingenuous. They're not really looking at the true facts. The true fact is Arsenal have been quite lucky so far this season. Tottenham have played well, not had the results to show for it. But I think it's really, really long for you guys.
I want to ask you a question. I want to ask you a question in the chat. He asked me, do you think Sterling will start against Spurs? My brother, I think he will, I think he will. I got that fear.
Who asked you that?
The guy, I think the same guy as Jordan or someone before him. I think it was Jordan. It was Jordan. Jordan, I think that he will start. Yeah, I think he will start Sterling. Reason being, Arteta knows him. Arteta trusts him. So Sterling's starting, regardless. He's starting.
Yeah. And can I just answer Oregon Gooner's point? Oregon says that Ben Tan, and there is something about Punch's foundation. It's looking a little bit more orange, but he says Ben Tan will have Son in his pocket. I saw Ben Tan get ripped by Matone.
I'll give you that. Son
is gonna rip. He's gonna rip Matone. He's gonna rip Ben White. He's gonna rip him a new one.
Son on his day, no one can stop him, bro.
Exactly.
You stop. I don't care. Like I listen. Son is one of my best players, bro. Like, as a football fan, the man's something else. He's special, bro.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, no, the Premier League.
We got to give him that respect. I just feel this weekend we carry more threat. You carry some pace, but we actually carry more threat. And going back to
I think Tottenham though will be more. I'm not like football inside. When it comes to Arsenal, we're a bogey team. But I'm being honest with you. When it comes to other teams, but the only difference is Solanke is a big difference. People don't see that. I think when chances drop to him, he will bury him.
That is the difference and that's the reason why we brought him in.
Our defense, Arteta knows our defense tomorrow got to be on point because Son, Solanke. And what's the other guy?
Kulusevski.
Yeah. Them three there, on their day, they're dangerous. So our defense, Arteta knows that. Your midfield, obviously, we have to find a way to stop. What's his name? Madison. Feeding him. Yep. So Arsenal knows that. Our defense knows that, and then we got to rely on our forwards just to put one ball in because. You are gonna get chances, and I won't be surprised if it's a big score skyline. I think it's gonna be maybe 5-3.
You reckon?
It's gonna be something like that. It's gonna be a big score.
I think you know what, and big up. Let me just get into it because we're talking about scorelines here. And big up to VJ in the building, long-term supporter, aka consistent, and no gas in the building. Thank you very much. Says King Deji Hope Spurs flog Arsenal, and you know what? I love the terminology there. Use of language, flog, because I think that's what it's going to be. And what we're talking about now, and this is why I brought Fuad on, because he's not a delusional Arsenal fan. He can see the holes in this Arsenal team in defense. Let me be real with you. The one thing I think will happen is that both teams will score. For sure. We scored 4 goals past Arsenal, and we were dusty. Do you get what I'm saying? Let's be real. So there will be goals. And obviously the emotion, the hype, we're hyping it. Losing Asgard and Muller Rice, we're really going to see the impact of that this weekend, I think, in my opinion. I think they are huge misses. Now, Udogie in a foot race with Saka, it's long for Saka, unless Udogie is so far up. But also, Saka will have to run past Van de Ven, and I don't think he's got the pace to do that. So I can see Arsenal scoring a goal, but I see Spurs scoring 3 goals. I just think Maddison just brings he looks on form, and I could see in his interview on Sky Sports, he wants it. I don't know how Saliba stops him. Gabriel is, and we know he's got a mistake in him. Don't be surprised if Gabriel gives a penalty away. He's that kind of brother. He's got a bit of Romero in him. I can see Spurs scoring 3 goals. You man have just been fortunate. And that's the bit that I haven't liked when I've been discussing this game with Arsenal fans. They don't want to acknowledge that Aston Villa could have easily had 2 goals. They don't want to acknowledge that Brighton could have easily had 2-3 goals. Do you get what I'm saying? They don't want to acknowledge that Wolves could have scored 2 goals. Like, really and truly, fortune has just been on your side. But you haven't been convincing. So that's the thing for me. So, look, I think Tottenham is going to have too much for Arsenal. And also because I actually feel like losing the game against Newcastle has just reframed our mind. I think had we beaten Newcastle, I don't know if I would be as confident because I think maybe the Spurs players are not ready to go to war. We need to go to war this weekend.
I think
the Arsenal players Who are your leaders? Who is going to lead this Arsenal team against my club this weekend?
I think this game, I'll be honest with you, I think Arsenal will beat Tottenham. But I think after this game, I think Tottenham will go on some mad run.
If Spurs win or if they lose?
No. If Arsenal beat Spurs, Spurs will go on some mad run.
I don't know. Can I ask you a question before we go any further? Look at Peter.
Well, you know why you got a mad run?
Yeah.
Because you lost to Newcastle, you lost to Arsenal 2 games. And I think Costa Coglin
that would give Spurs how many defeats? 3, is it 3 defeats?
2.
Okay, cool. Can I ask you a question? This is a Villa fan who put this in, Peter Smith. What are your comments? Villa fan here. Had we finished our chances, we would have beaten a full-strength Arsenal team. Spurs take their chances, they win for me. Do you agree with that statement at least?
No, I'm not gonna lie. I was at Villa Park, Peter. I was at Villa Park.
Was you there? You were at the game?
I was there, yeah, bro.
Big up.
You know what, bro? He's for Arsenal fans, bro. They had us rattled for 25 minutes, bro.
There you go.
I mean, I was there when Wicks missed that chance. It was a sit. I was right behind it.
Yeah.
So yeah, we had a 25-minute spell where Arsenal just collapsed. So if that happens at Tottenham, but I don't it will, then you'll be lucky to get something out of the game. But I don't think Arsenal will be that bad. Like I said, I think we'll beat you on Sunday. Then I think you're going to go on some mad run.
Yeah.
That's what happens normally. Whoever loses the start of the season, whoever loses the North London derby, always go on a mad run for the remaining games.
Yeah. Okay.
So I think. I know that. Do you know what? I'm glad this game's come early, but do you know what? Normally, bro, North London derby is about November time, innit? October time, like.
I needed it early because I wanted to guarantee that we have a full squad. What I don't like is going into this game and players are missing either due to injury or suspension. To be honest with you, I'm not happy that Jasmine is missing the game. I'm not happy that Asgard, left guard, right guard, is missing the game. You want your best players playing in the biggest matches. And Ashley makes a good point here. He said, look, who's going to take your corners without Rice? You know, I don't want these sorts of questions being asked, but we're having to ask these questions because of players being missing. And I just think that Arsenal fans, with their mouths, are really trying to downplay the loss of these players.
On a real note, though, bro, I'm looking forward to this game because it's the first time ever that Mikel Arteta is forced to not play his best players. So I want to see what he does. I want to see what happens in training, what comes across to the players, if they're good enough to do it or not. Because, sometimes, you rely on Martin Odegaard all the time. And it's like sometimes you just got to go, and you just got to go for the game. And like when Martin Odegaard has a bad game and Saka has a bad game, he takes off Odegaard's fair dues to him, but he never takes off Saka.
Yeah.
So, so no, innit? It's like, I'm looking forward to see how this team performs without Martin or without Rice. Because you know what? There's going to be a time in the season where they might not be there again.
Yeah, fair.
So, I mean, like everyone gives like Tottenham and the teams like Tottenham, Liverpool, and all that last season, but they had a lot. Man City even everyone had a lot of injuries. We didn't last season.
Yeah, exactly. And now it's almost the injuries kind of stored itself up for this season because the likelihood is that Calamari, Calafiori probably won't play. Due to injury, we've got Asgard.
Well, I'll be honest with you,
I guess he puts no guard.
Calafiori's not injured.
Okay, so is he going to play?
I think Calafiori's not injured. I think he'll be on the bench.
Okay, so Calafiori.
Yeah, because they said I don't think he's injured. I don't think it's serious because they said when they actually done the scan, they said it wasn't serious, but he went back to Arsenal. Finally, apparently he's meant to be all right. Yeah. Okay. Fair. Big up to Destiny that says that is a really good one. Destiny says no guard, and that's how I feel about the Arsenal team. There's no guard, no guard right now, and that's why my chest is pumped. And big up to No Gas in the building from the other side of the world, saying I am chanting King Deji. Big up to you, $50 Aussie if Spurs
wins 5-0. I don't know if Tottenham would win. I mean, if Tottenham win 5-0, just know I'll be tearing up people's timelines. You will see me on your front covers, on your screensaver. Do you know what I mean? On your WhatsApp groups, I will be trolling, man. You won't hear enough of it until the next game, which will be in January. So big up to you. Thank you for being locked in and locked on. Big up to everyone locked in, locked on. Pinto says Arsenal fans are looking straight. Bro, the funniest thing, Pinto, is that I've been chatting to all of these Arsenal men, and I have to say, Fuad has probably come out with the most chest. All these men are running scared.
This is you know what?
You know what? Can I just say something, Fuad? I said Tottenham's squad is better than Arsenal's squad, and I was laughed off like I was some sort of clown. And then Arsenal lose 2 players, and then we realize truly how dusty your squad is. Let me just remind you, if Tottenham start in midfield at the moment, based on what we've seen so far, is Madders, Cooley, and Basuma. That means we can bring on Pape Sarr, he's decent. We can bring on Bentancur, he's decent. We can bring on Brennan Johnson. Brennan Johnson's no Trossard, but in terms of he can have an impact, he comes, as long as he doesn't start, he has an impact. A bit like Trossard. If Trossard starts, there's no impact. So we've got Brennan. And we've got Jesus. Jesus and Richarlison, for me, is much of a muchness. So just the fact that we can bring on a Bentancur is better than Jorginho. That we know. That we don't have to argue that. So we've got a stronger bench than you guys. We can cope with missing 2 of our midfielders. If we were missing Madders and we were missing Cooley, yeah, let's say that. If we were missing Madders and Cooley, we can replace them with Bergvall and Bentancur or Bergvall and Pape Sarr. We can do that, whereas you guys can't.
You know why Arsenal fans are upset? Especially North Side and Lee, innit? You know what I'm upset? Because today, Mikel Arteta signed a 3-year contract.
It's madness.
Yeah.
It's madness.
So you know, like I said to people, like when they asked that Arteta out, the Arteta out is never coming. So don't waste your energy. Just criticize all for 2 years, because when you ask him for his head out, he's not going nowhere.
Yeah.
Well,
the thing is, though, you know what's so mad about this whole thing, though, Fuad? I was saying that. So legitly, Arsenal could go 8 years, and in 8 years of Arteta reign, you just won an FA Cup. Literally, because I can't see how it's going to happen. No, how are you going to do it? How are you going to do it? What is Arteta? And also, what's it going to take for Arsenal to get it over the line? We're in this game to win big prizes. We're not going to give. If Postecoglou does not win a big trophy in 5 years, we're not keeping him on.
Remember, Deji. Remember this. Like you remember me and you were Northside was on a talk show last year or the year before. The year before, and I said to you on Northside, and you said to me, and you actually backed me. I said, you know, this fan base, if I say a name now, they're all going to come at me, and they did. I remember I said to him, go and sign our boy from Coventry. What's his name? And now he's a Sport in Lisbon.
Yeah.
And now
yeah.
Remember I said that? When I said that on live stream, everyone said to me, even the super fans, this guy's crazy, this guy's deluded. Cocker, what's his name again? The one in Sport in Lisbon, the striker.
Gokares.
Yeah. When Gokares was at Coventry, I said, I referred to you on Northside 2 years ago, go sign him for 16 million.
Yeah.
He's not good enough for Arsenal. All the fan base is super fans. All the negative fans come at me. Now they can't say nothing to me no more. Because I said, this guy, when he was doing it at Coventry, was doing it in the Championship. But it's not about that. It's the way he's finishing. Remember I said it's the style he was doing it. Now he's worth 100 million.
Yeah, it's crazy.
We could have bought him for 16 million people once. And people were laughing at me that day.
But this is why I say that Arsenal are more Spursy than Spurs. There's obvious
No,
business
I'm not about the fans,
you guys
the
should be
fans.
doing, and you're not. And you're
No,
not.
they all want
You lot are not doing it.
They all want him now. They all want him. He's 100
Yeah.
million. Jeremy,
It's stupid.
he hasn't stopped scoring. But when I said to Northside 2 years ago, and all of them, and what they all say, you deluded, but they all want him now.
Yeah.
It ain't about that. Do you know when you watch players who are strikers, there's not many strikers out, but the way he puts the ball in the net and the way
bro, he's got a cold finish, and to be honest, that's why when people try and banter me about Archie Gray and Bergvall, I make the same point that you're making. Like, how can you don't know the potential of this talent? Let's stop this bringing in names. Names doesn't guarantee success. We know at Spurs, we brought in Ndombele. We brought in Lo Celso. They were straight garbage. They were rubbish. So now we've changed our tack. We brought in Odebear in his first game. I was at the Everton game. What a player. He was sourcing, taking man on, flip-flapping. And then, even in the Newcastle game, I thought he had a good game. And then, we're bringing in Bergvall. Bergvall has the potential to be Madders 2.0. You can't say the same. You haven't got a solid replacement for Nogard. If Nogard is not there, you're dropping in terms of your replacement. Whereas Bergvall has the potential to be better than Madders. And that is the level. But the Spurs fan base, we just got to let the team cook. That's what I'm saying. We just got to let these brothers, let these young guys come in, and then they can be amazing, in my opinion. But I think it is crazy. Artillero says Bergvall has the potential to be Lamela. No, mate. He's levels above Lamela, my brother. Levels above Lamela. This brother here has got the potential to be, well, I don't even know what to say. Bro, look, there's a bit of Jude Bellingham in him. Do you know what I mean? Box to box. Do you know what I mean? Flip-flapping. Do you know what I mean? Threading balls.
But
I think you need to watch out for him.
That's the thing with over here, isn't it? Do you like, I find, some of the players are like the youngsters over here, I don't think they get a chance to make their name for themselves.
No,
like Lamela, Imad Lamela, who plays for Barcelona, who plays for Spain. All right, he was like Lamin, innit? Lamin you're about, innit? Lamin Lamela, not Imad. Imad plays for Man U. Lamin was killing it at the Euros and killing it for Barcelona. Yeah. But I find over here, like if you've got a 16 or 17-year-old, they won't throw him in. That's what I'm saying. That's why, like, teams like Real Madrid and Barcelona, that's why they're all. That's why their levels above it.
I actually think I totally agree, and I actually think
you've got to throw him in.
That's what I thought.
I remember he had his debut against when he played when Fergie threw in that little Ronaldo. People were like, "Who's this kid? The guy's doing step overs like there's no tomorrow."
Yeah,
skipping past players.
Yeah, no, I agree, and that's what I find extremely astonishing. I actually thought
managers like Fergie and Wenger, one thing about them, they just throw them in.
That's why I thought that your treatment of Reece Nelson, your treatment of Smith Rowe was weird, because them boys, in my opinion, they can play ball, especially Smith Rowe. And a game like this, if Smith Rowe was the replacement, I wouldn't have as much chest. Because I actually rate Smith Rowe. I think he's a decent player. But you might just got rid of him.
But then he's scoring goals at Fulham. He's playing well at Fulham. Jamie, like Marco Silva is going to get a run of games. So you're going to see Smith Rowe beat class.
Yeah, no, for real. Even Nelson's gone to Fulham, right, as well, isn't he? And I think you're going to see the best of Nelson at Fulham. So I do find Arsenal, the sort of business that they've done is very strange. But big up to Luca in the building. Luca's in the building. Luca, let's try and squeeze something in by the weekend. Definitely. Just going to go through the chat. Here today says, no guard. Wild Deji going for the gusto on Derby week. Yeah, I am, mate. I'm going for your throats. I was on Spurs Kings TV. I literally said to a Liverpool fan, Big Preach, big up to Big Preach as well. Man will take off your throat if Arne Slot doesn't get it right. He was shaking his bum violently for Liverpool's first 3 games, and they've not even played anybody decent. So I said to him, I'll come for you if Liverpool stop dropping points. Big up to Dodger Phillips in the building. My G, my guy, up there, all there is their work hereby. Yeah, here today, I think it is. All there is work for a living. We all working and view from the bits. Big up, Dej. Big up to you, my Jigger. Artillero says, stop overrating your players. They're all dustier than the cap. That's dusty, bro. Our players, when you really break it down, is better than Arsenal. I was just on Big Six fans, and we had more Spurs fans in the starting 11 for this weekend's game than Arsenal players. So there you go. You know, ain't just me. We had Arsenal fans on that channel, and they were bigging up my club. So it's good, and a nice to hear a refreshing view of not obsessing over names. Yeah, we don't need to obsess over names. All of these players were people once upon a time. Saka was not Saka once upon a time. Someone had to give him a chance. Smith Rowe had to move to Fulham to be given a chance. They've all got the potential if they're nurtured right. You don't get to the Premier League. You're not in a Premier League team if you're a dud. No, it's just that how can you be managed? Do you get what I'm saying? And I think a lot of Tottenham fans obsess over we didn't bring in a big name, but we brought in big names and they failed. I'd rather go for no name. I didn't know of Van de Ven. Look at Van de Ven. I didn't know of Udogie, but look at Udogie. I didn't know of Vicario. Look at Vicario. These players are doing something. And sometimes half players...
I agree with you. I agree with you. Do you know what it is in football in the last 10 years? Them big names have just been overrated. Now, it's getting to a point where no one's... I'm glad this transfer... I know... So look at this transfer market. Everyone bought standard players.
Yeah.
Do you get me? And that's what it should be like. It's like, obviously, like back in the day, it's like when players used to leave, you know, a big player used to come through the door, then people used to be excited about it. But like now, these big players, they don't want to play for like the likes of Arsenal, Tottenham, even Man United, not even maybe Man City.
Yeah.
Maybe Man City in England, but some players got a mentality where they just want to play for themselves. I can go where I want to do what I want. And that's why, like Paris Saint-Germain, no, they're like taking their money, they're 55 million back off Mbappe, innit?
Yeah, of course. But also, you know,
people too much. They can't think like that. They can't think they're better than the club.
Do you know what I heard? Do you know what I heard? I heard the reason why Arsenal didn't get Tony was because they knew he'd be too much trouble. And I can believe the same of Spurs. I think they spoke to Tony. They went, you know what, you're more trouble than you're worth. Off to Saudi you go, mate. You know what I mean? Knock yourself out and be a little diva.
What happens is sometimes he might be, you know, like over there, because he's over there, he can still play football because you're over in a new country, innit, with a new law, innit? Okay. Over here, he's done something dodgy and he's signed for Tottenham and Arsenal.
He's going to follow him. He's going to follow him. Yeah.
He'll follow him. He's going to get suspended. When over there, they'll say, oh, wait there. Then, okay, because you're over there, you have to pay someone fine. And you know the Arabs will be like, how much is the fine? Oh, 2-3 million. Oh, you are.
Yeah, it's nothing. Yeah, take it.
Nothing, take it. But over here, I think Arsenal, Tottenham, Liverpool, Man United knew if he signs, there's a possibility he could be on the bench for the year.
Yeah, no, for real.
That's why there's no club, there's no player. On deadline day, they were saying Arsenal. I said Arsenal, Tottenham, all of them. Even if everyone went to Ivan Toney and it all broke down, there's something up with the player.
Yeah,
there's something behind the scenes that we don't know. The fans don't know, innit? When the clubs do.
Yeah, no, it's true. It's true. I always feel like there's more to it than beats the eye. And one of the Postecoglou's things is he wants players that want to play for our club. We don't.
What's the point of paying 40, 50 million? Okay, I'll tell you now. Or it's a bargain, 50 million. Then a bargain, that means he comes through the door, he has one game in. Oh, wait there, he's done that. Yeah. And then he's on the bench for a year. Oh, he gets suspended for another 6 months. He gets suspended for that. Or it could be alternative investigation. You just spent 50 million on a court case.
Yeah, it's true. Big up. Let's get the last few comments in and then let's get our predictions. Big up. I've got 2 more streams tonight. I'll be on Ores Talks next, and then I'll be on United Spurs of America. Just want to pick up on some interesting comments. Jordan says we are competing with our fan base, with sections of our own fan base that will lap up a loss. I know, I don't get it. I don't get fans that like to see their team lose. That's just dumb, in my opinion. And then they shake their bum for it. No, we want success. We know that people go about it and see it differently, but surely if you see progression, you should acknowledge the progression rather than just being negative. Toxic Twala says Spurs are naive. Deji knows that in his heart of hearts. It's not that we're naive, bro. I think I've said this a million times. If it's good enough for you, it's good enough for me. If Arsenal can give Arteta 5 years plus an extra 3, How can I be negative with a 5th place finish in our first season? I must be a madman. And I have seen Arsenal fans shaking their bum because they've seen their team progress. Has Tottenham progressed? We're progressing. And I believe we're going to go one better very, very soon. So for me, unless that's it, I won't understand. So big up to everyone locked in, locked on. Let's couple more questions. So predictions, peeps. Big up to everyone that's locked in, locked on. You know it's week, it's derby week. What are you hoping to see, Fuad? Like final comments, and what are you expecting to see? What is your prediction?
I think it's going to be a good game. Tottenham are going to come out flying, and Arsenal are going to settle them, and I think Arsenal are going to nick it like a 1 or 2-0.
Nah, I think you're mad. I think Tottenham come out fighting. I think we come out fighting because of the Newcastle result. I think we come out fighting because we're pissed. I can see Maddison's face. I think Tottenham get the win, and I think we give Arsenal their first L. And that's something that I'm going to be going around telling people. Do you know that your first defeat came from my club, Spurs? I think Tottenham slap up Arsenal 3-1, and I think we then go on a charge. People have asked me, do you think Spurs... Look, legitimately, I said I think Tottenham finished 3rd this season. But in my heart of hearts, Twala, I actually do think Spurs will finish above Arsenal this season. So you heard it here live and direct. I don't rate Arsenal. I feel like you ran out of steam. And to be honest, in the games that you've played so far, you've proved to me that you've run out of steam. You've huffed and puffed your way to 7 points, but you can't huff and puff your way any longer. Oregon Gooner says I should stay off the crack. Oregon Gooner, I'll be coming to you for my money. I'll be coming to you for you to offer me an apology on the American Idiot Show on a Friday night. You will publicly apologize when you see that my club finishes above Arsenal this week. As for me, I am fully pumped. I am ready to go to war. And I just don't know if those Arsenal players are ready to go to war. Third, bro, thank you for joining me tonight. Where can we find you? I hope you're streaming. You know, I hope you're streaming.
I'm out for the bit, bro. So I'm not streaming for the bit, bro.
So you need to come down when you're next in London. You need to come and see me. You know that, my brother.
Yeah, I'll come and see you.
I'm actually supposed to. I'm supposed to get an Arsenal shirt at the stadium. So let me know. I need to get that real quick. Not because I'm an Arsenal fan. No, I'm just honouring the bet. I'll literally pull it on and then I'll give it to the first member of the public that wants it, because that thing will never be in my possession for too long. And then Don the Gaffer says, Deji, £100 if Spurs finish above Arsenal. Show your chest now, my guy. Let's bet. Dan the Gaffer, that's probably the only bet that I'm going to make with an Arsenal fan. I take the bet that Spurs to finish, and I will clip this show.
No, don't be betting.
All the other bets I've done, just so you know.
Listen. Don't be throwing money. Just cycle to Cardiff.
All the other bets I've done have been with Chelsea fans. I've got £300 outstanding with three different brothers, but I have taken Dan the Gaffer's bet. Big up to everyone locked in, locked on. Thank you for tuning in. I'm off to Oris Talks right now, and then I am off to United Spurs of America. See you there. Please make sure you smash a like, and I'll see you soon. Thanks very much, and good night.